I was gonna do one more video, but then in the comments section, this came up. So in the previous video, this kid Jacob, I assume a kid, says my teacher said I should go and major in the liberal arts because he'll teach critical thinking. And the funny meme is good because they just opened up that critical thinking factory down the street. And I really got to do what I can to help you kids. You gotta understand, American teachers. I don't know what it's like in other countries, American and Canadian, because Canada is America on easy mode with snow. Your teachers don't know anything. They are some of the dumbest people. And not only do I mean that because they like the street smarts or any real world working experience, like when you leave school, hopefully you're going to go get a job or you go to college or trade school for a degree or a skill set that will land you a job. Not only do they have none of that real world working experience because most of them have literally been in school, either as a student or a teacher, since they were 5. And so therefore they are stupid when it comes to street smarts and knowledge of the real world. But go look up IQs by major. Education majors, especially early childhood education majors usually are at the bottom, either, depending on the poll, between first, second, or third last place. And then education majors, obviously if you're a calculus teacher, a math teacher, you're smarter. But your teachers are dumb. Worse, they're ignorant. And they give you this horrible, first, they don't teach you anything. Don't you think it's odd that after 13 years, K through senior year, K through 12, they haven't been able to teach you anything that would get you a job? Are you bored? How many times you got to be taught English? How many times you got to be taught the same thing over and over again? Guys, they're not there to educate you. They're there because it's an easy job and they get summers off. That's it. They didn't want to do math unless they're a math teacher, obviously. They don't care about the kids. These are dumb, lazy people who don't want to work a real job. That's it. And because they've never worked a real job, and they say, major in the liberal arts because it teaches you critical thinking. You may not like my tone, but let me run this past you kids, okay? You're a junior or a senior thinking about majoring in the liberal arts or the social sciences because you're passionate. I'm passionate about children. I'm passionate about critical thinking. Can't you just go to the library? Can you go on YouTube and look up a book and read about critical thinking? Why do you got to pay some schmuck with a tweed suit with the elbow pads and glasses $250 a credit at the university to teach you critical thinking? You should be learning accounting. You should be learning engineering. You should be learning medicine. You should be learning something with a job. You don't even have to go to college. Go become an x-ray tech. Go become a truck driver. You go to school for 3 weeks, and if you're good, go ahead and make yourself 80 grand a year. You can make more than all your teachers. But God, you have got to stop listening to them. I know your parents, by the way, here, truth bomb, the purpose of school is to babysit you so your parents can work 2 jobs to go pay for the car they can't afford and the house they can't afford. That's why you have to go to school, and don't give a damn if the school is good or not. So I don't help you with your homework. Oh, no, not my job. This assumes you have your parents around and together. Am I getting anywhere near close? Any bombs dropping anywhere near the target? And then you got these overpaid babysitters, and that's what teachers are, kids. All right, that's what they are. Some care, some are good, but they're the distinct minority, and they're just passing you on and keeping you off the streets. And man, and I know you got to do it by law. You got to stick around till law. Although some states allow you to go to school online. If you could become an autodidactic, look that up. You teach yourself. Go take Seth Himes' indemandcareer.com course. You can teach you digital marketing. He's got this high school kid making 46 grand. You can work from home. Like, you don't have to go the pace that the stupid parent-teacher conglomerate has decided to set for you. You don't have to go sit there. Are they still having you do breaking down diagrams of sentences? Isn't it interesting that you were born and raised in America? English is your official language. You're absolutely fluent in it. You can write it, but you got to go to some washed up 58-year-old overweight spinster to tell you the difference between an adverb and an adjective. which you'll never use in your entire life. But you know, that fat old sow of a lady, she'll be employed at $60,000 a year with pension and 3 months a year off. Oh, and by the way, vote Democrat, kids. It's the cool, hip thing. Like, do you like school? There's ways you could get out of it. You can go to school online. Why even go to high school? Why don't you start taking college courses online? Just skip all this. But for God's sake, kids, and link below is a book I wrote. I wrote it over 10 years ago. It's called Worthless, The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. You cannot go to college at $300 a credit. Lord knows what it is with lodging and dorm fees and all that. Let's just say it's $100,000 in 4 years of your life. It's got to stop. One of these generations, have you seen the millennials? Have you seen your older brothers and sisters? 38 years old, demanding a student loan bailout, still living at home. You cannot afford to listen to your teachers, especially when it comes to education advice. All they know how to do is be teachers. That's it. You need to critically think. Speaking of critical thinking, here, you need to critically think and look up the data. All critical thinking is what is reality? Go look up the data. Say, all right, I'm going to spend 4 years of my youth, $100,000. Lord knows how much in study time, too. Maybe you're even working and interning. It's a lot of investment on your part. It's got to count. Accounting, that's a great one. You could go to school online for that. You could start now. You go get certified online with QuickBooks and start taking clients if you're good enough at it. You don't need to wait for Mrs. Krabappel to get her head out of her ass. Say, look, you got a C- because you didn't do the dangling participle right. And these morons sending you your financial grave before you're even 20 years old. Hey, you just follow your heart and money will follow you. What are you passionate about? Oh, well, go major in gender studies. Sure, that's worth $200,000 in 4 years of your youth. Yeah, go do it. Go get a liberal arts degree to get critical thinking skills. What do I do with that then? So go down below. It's $12.95. Oh, I don't have to. Please, guys, you're about to borrow $100,000 and waste 4 years of your life on a worthless degree. Please go get that book. Can you go down to the library, like your high school library? That's important. We have a high school library because the public one doesn't do good. No, we need a library in the school. Go to your library, ask for it. I don't like it when my books go in the library. It means less sales for me. But if it can keep you kids from if it helps one child, if it gets one generation not to major in dumb crap and destroy their financial lives forever because you majored in poetry or theater or film studies or sociology or journalism, and I don't know, could you share it with some of your other young friends? Like, hey, this guy is angry, pissed off guy who I have this natural inclination to not like. He's still saying the words coming out of his mouth makes like, hey, Mark, you're right. And poverty and hunger. What? You think it's easy being a barista with $75,000 in student loans because you got an English degree in an English-speaking country? And you got to pay back that $75,000 with your $12.45 an hour? And by the way, teachers right there. I love it how teachers try and defend themselves. Like, excuse me, you do know everyone in America had to suffer your ilk. Maybe it was the previous generation of teachers, but we had to suffer you people. You're not fun. You're not noble. You're whiny and lazy. Today, kids, we're going to go over the Civil War. Again? Well, this time we're going to look at different battles. Why? Can we learn programming? Can we learn how to do taxes? No, but we can learn that men can bear children. Did we tell you that, huh? There you go. Saren VX, $5. Thank you, Rock On. Alex Patino, truck driver. Here, right here. Alex, for those of you new to the channel, Alex is a truck driver. Alex went in the military. Alex, did you ever use your GI Bill? Did you even need to go to college? Because you were in the military, and then and now you drive truck. What, you're easily 100,000, right? I tell you to write the book on how to make 100,000 in trucking, but you're like, I'm too busy making money. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field for $5. It's amazing that all the information that schools have available and succeeded in making a generation of idiots. I I can't really blame the kids because don't confuse having the wrong or misinformation with being dumb. They could very well be highly intelligent people, but if you give them the wrong information, they're going to make the wrong mistakes, or they're going to make mistakes. They're going to make the wrong choices. I mean, Lord Almighty. I mean, think about it. How many people do you know who are whatever, a master's degree in the social sciences or the liberal arts or whatever, and they're wrong about whatever politics, economics, but they're not dumb. They're incredibly intelligent people. And then you sit there and think, like, what if instead of worshiping socialism, Noam Chomsky like put his efforts and his brain power towards nuclear engineering? Like, what would we have by that time? So I'm sympathetic with the kids because I was one. I had to go through that stupid prison for 13 years, sitting there listening to these more. And then one night, oh well, they must be really intelligent. They're the adults, and you get older, like you're all freaking morons. You lied to me. You don't know anything. Did I get all the super chats? Buck, you darn right. You darn right. Bucky's hat. Oh, I got to do that one too. All right, hang on. Maybe I got 2 more videos in me. All right, that's it. Share this around. Make it go viral. Buy the freaking book. Save yourself. Hey, how about this? How about you don't become a millennial? All right. How about you don't become poor and need a student loan bailout? Daniel Houston, 10 generous dollars. Finishing up my master's in accounting. There you go. There you go. Western Governors University online, doing it from the comfort of your home. All free from the military. Look at that. Look at that. A trifecta. So you have no student loan debt. Gifted my wife the GI Bill since I put in 6 years. I'm a pilot and wife is finishing up nursing. Go on. Look at, man. Kids, do you want to end up like Daniel? Huh? Look at him. He's even handsome. Look at that. Look at that jawline. He's got to be, I don't know if the avatar is that big, but he looks like a handsome man. Or do you want to be Madison or Ashley, your teacher? Like, Donald Trump's the most evil thing. Thank you. Can you teach me how to do my taxes? Today we're going to tell you why the Republicans in the Senate suck and white men are patriarchy. Excuse me. Can you just teach me how to weld and make $50 an hour? Wow. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You don't like Republicans. Okay. How does that get me a job? As a teen, hold it, Leslie. Oh, as a teacher, I thought you said as a teenager. I'm like, how many crimes against humanity did you do? As a teacher myself, how do I atone for? Look, we need teachers. I'm not saying we don't need teachers. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a certain level of K-8 education. Just be a good teacher. Teach these kids math. Teach them programming. Give them the guidance that the parents aren't obviously giving them. And for God's, I'm not saying you got to counter propagandize Marxist stuff going on because you'd lose your job. But, hey, kid, here's a book called Worthless. I think I kept that relatively clean. Or like, hey, kid, don't major in that. And like, oh, hey, you ought to go into hey, take a look at this stuff. I think I would say the best way, Leslie, is to be a good teacher. Teach these kids something good and useful. But then point them to the resources because K-12, they might have the resources, but it's not going to be anything that will accelerate them getting a skill or a trade. So I'd start pushing them out like, hey, take a look at indemandcareers.com. If anything, teach them the autodidactics. Tell them to teach themselves so they're not stuck at the pace of K through college. Getting back to Daniel, like, if I recall correctly, you pay a flat fee, right? And you can take as many credits as you can handle at Western Governors, right? So you don't have to like go there for 4 years if you can handle more. All right, there you guys go. All right, I teach math, calculus. Is that Kumon, or Kumon? Those the math tutoring things. All right, there you guys go. I'll see you guys later. Oh, well, you see there. All right, I knew it. And there's another thing. You're all worried about the cost of college. Just go to Western Governors University online. All right. I got more to do. See you guys later, Toodles.